several ways to do this. My favorite one would be clicking once on the item you want the info from. So you highlight it and you hit the shortcut key for get info on your keyboard, which is hold command button I. That brings up this window, which is the information window for the file, which shows you different aspects of it. So that's one way to do it. I'm going to close this. Another way would be once the file is highlighted, again by clicking it once, you go to the file menu and then you go to get info. You can notice here that the shortcut which I just talked about is notated here. So you click get info and you get the same informational rectangle. And the last one, which is also practical, is to control click, secondary click the file you want the info from. So I set it up for 2-finger click, and then you go to get info. There you go. So the easiest way of creating a smart folder is basically in the Finder menu, you go to File and you go to New Smart Folder. This shows the Spotlight window opened. So let's say that I want to find presentations on my Mac. So since they're scattered everywhere, but I want to have access to my presentations, then I'm going to create the smart folder. All I have to do is press save. Presentations will be the name of it, presentations, and since I have constant access to it, I will put it on my desktop. I will not add it to the sidebar, and I will save it. And there we go, I have my presentations smart folder. So I open that up, and it's actually grouping up all my presentations that are scattered throughout the computer. The stacks, they are actually associated with the dock, and especially with the folders that you put in the dock. So here we have some folders that I already put here, and they bring out stacks, which are these sort of easy access fans or grids. You could set it up however you want, and if you want to create one, then for example you would take a folder like this one and you would drag it to the dock. Folders would automatically go to the right side of the dock, right side of this division, and you could set them up anywhere. So I'll set it up there, and you just have to click on it and then it's a stack. It's a fan right now. I have access to all the documents inside it. The dock, this pretty looking thing at the bottom of the screen, divided into applications on the left of this divisor and folders to the right. It also displays a trash bin and the Finder, and it tells you which applications are currently running with this blue light at the bottom of your running applications. You can set it up easily here in the Apple menu. Go to dock, and then you have different options such as turning the auto hide on, magnification, position it to the left, the bottom, of right, or the screen, and you can tune it with dock preferences here. It's very easy to manage. For example, if I wanted to remove an icon, make some space on my dock, I would just click and drag outside of the dock and poof, it's gone. And if I wanted to add another application, I would open my application folder and then I would see that I want to add the automator. And then I just click and drag, wait for some space to be made, and I just let go of the click. And then I created my new icon on my dock for easy access. Now I'm going to show you the force quit command. To all those Windows users, Ctrl-Alt-Delete, sort of. How you access it in the Mac is with your keyboard, Option, Command, Escape, pops up this little window, force quit applications. You choose the application that's not responding, and then you force quit it. You can also go to the Apple menu here, which is present all through your session, and you go to force quit right here, same window. It's not recommended, but it's useful. So Spotlight, very useful application, very useful tool. It helps you find anything on your computer basically. You can easily access it by pressing Command Spacebar on your keyboard, or you can click the magnifying glass here, top right of your screen. Let's say I want to find applications on my computer. So it gives me all the results here, my applications folder, I guess modifications that I can do to applications here in system preferences. Basically everything that is related to the word applications is displayed here, even websites and dictionary. It's very useful. If I wanted to do a more refined search, I would use the Spotlight window, which I can access by pressing Option Command F on my keyboard. Let's say that I specifically want to see the files that I created within the last, or that I created exactly on the 1st of April, let's say. So it shows all the files that I modified on that date or that I added to my computer. So it's very useful, and these are just the basic functionalities of it. To increase your system's security, you go to the Apple menu here, and you go to System Preferences, and here you're going to see a tab that says Security and Privacy. So you access that. In order to modify any of this, I actually have to unlock it. Wrong password. This is not my computer, by the way. I'm just guessing the password. Oh, guessed it right. Awesome. And I can, change different aspects of the security. Like for example, setting up how often I want the Mac to ask me for a password before it, locks the screen. Filebot lets me encrypt my data while I'm using it. Firewall blocks off any unauthorized internet connections. Privacy, this is how you set up what information you want to send to Apple. So different aspects you can change in order to increase the security of your system. So setting up your system preferences is quite easy. You probably see it coming. You could either access them by clicking here in the Apple and System Preferences, or you can go to the dock if you have it in your dock. I have it because I often modify these. So System Preferences, you've seen them already. And here you can modify different aspects of your system: personal, hardware, internet, wireless, system, other. This is add off, for some reason it shows there. For example, let's say the dock, you can manage it here. You can access iCloud. Setting up iCloud, you can do it from here to share your information with other users. Your trackpad, you can set up what actions you want it to be able to perform while you're browsing through your Mac. You can set that up there. Printer, you can set them up here. Startup disk, you can choose another startup disk if you have an OS somewhere else. Your software updates, it's to Windows users, it's basically like a control panel. So here's the control panel of the Mac, System Preferences, which you can modify. Changing your desktop background is quite an easy task. You go to the Apple menu here, you go to System Preferences, and you go to Desktop and Screensaver. And here you can choose from different images, or you can actually drag an image that you already have in your computer and drag it onto this little pane. So for example, I will drag this image here, drag and drop, and here I have different options of how I wanted to set it up, and tiles, fit screen, fit to screen, for example. So there I go. Have this little picture. Really like this one. And if I want to do, you know, the other picture that I already had, I would find it here on CSI background, and I would do the same thing. Dock, system preferences, desktop and screensaver, drag and drop, up, and stretch to fill screen. And we're back. Changing your energy saving settings on your computer is also done through the system preferences, which we have used often. So Apple menu, system preferences, and here you go to hardware tab, energy saver, this little light bulb, and here you have your different options that you can modify depending on if it's running on batteries or if your laptop or your computer is plugged in. So again, to modify any of these, I have to input a password here, and I can modify when I want my computer to go to sleep, for the display to go to sleep, for the hard drives, the hard disks to eventually sleep when possible. Same thing for the power adapter settings. I, obviously have them differently because since it's most of the time plugged in and I'm most of the time working on it, I want it not to go to sleep often, so I just put this on never. Display goes to sleep after 15 minutes, etc. It also lets me choose if I want this menu LED right here to display on this bar, and this basically shows me the energy remaining on my battery. I can remove it from the dock, or I can leave it because that's the way I like it. So these are the basic energy saving options that you have.